Good evening. A notorious section of rocks at Cape Schanck on the Mornington Peninsula has tragically claimed a woman's life.
The Chinese national was swept into the sea along with two companions who managed to scramble to safety. Laura Turner has the latest.
A clifftop tragedy on a treacherous stretch. A body is winched from the water off Cape Schanck. Two women and a man swept from the rocks, and only two of them made it back to safety. The deceased is a 53-year-old female who's a Chinese national.
There was police everywhere with ambulance. It was very shocking for me that is happening here.
It was about 12:10 this afternoon when the three are believed to have ventured from the boardwalk and into one of the most dangerous spots on the Victorian coast.
When you're along boardwalks, you've got to be careful and watch your footing. Cape Schanck is an unpatrolled beach. Today had a moderate southwesterly wind, so there would have been a bit of lumpy surf and waves around.
It was a huge emergency service response, the surviving women suffering minor injuries and taken to Rosebud Hospital, said to now be in shock. This stretch of coastline is so treacherous. It was February this year. 8 people were swept off the rocks here and had to be rescued. They survived, but of course prior to today there have been other incidents where people have lost their lives. A 64-year-old diver drowned when he got into trouble in these waters on Christmas Day in 2018. Less than a year after, a man was flown to hospital in a critical condition after he and 6 others were washed off the rocks.
We really encourage people to consider the safest place for them to swim, be it at the pool or at patrolled locations. Make sure you know your limitations.
A picture-perfect day at Cape Schanck that sadly cost a life.
It was very sad.
All right, let's go live to Laura now at Cape Schanck. Laura, what more do we know about this tragedy?
Tom, police have now confirmed that with that 55-year-old Chinese woman who sadly lost her life here, there were 2 males. It was a 55-year-old Chinese man and a 24-year-old man from Parkville who were with her. They are the survivors. They are the ones who are now in Rosebud Hospital. And incredibly, Tom, we've actually seen a number of tourists continuing to risk their own safety here this afternoon, only in the hours after this has happened, getting close to the edge of rocks down there at Black Rock Beach, right where this tragedy has unfolded this afternoon.
All right, Laura Turner with the latest there from Cape Schanck. Thank you.
Australia